rulers of the world, all you who live with the earth, all you who know you are the earth, you are of the great mother. We must open their eyes. We must make them see. Show them how we live, how we ought to be. A change that is promised tomorrow is a change that will never come. It is like a white cloud that brings no rain. A false dawn in the middle of a terrible nightmare. How long do we have to wait? How much more must our children endure? How far do we still have to go before we reach that hidden door? Must we continue to bear the Lord, smile and make nice while dying to live?
Hi everyone, welcome to Bring on the Sunshine 2022. My name is Jackie Terry Carroll and I'm on the board of directors with Bring on the Sunshine. So pleased you could come today, but hey, let's do this in person in 2023, okay? Big love to you all, have an amazing day.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the BOTS event. Welcome back to the BOTS second day. My name is Miriam. I'm going to be one of your MCs for today, and I'm going to give an opportunity to your two other MCs to introduce themselves.
Hi there, I'm Nazrin, as you guys may have seen me yesterday. I'm excited for day 2, and here we are.
Yeah, I'm Isaiah. I'm really excited to be among the team. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. We really appreciate you for taking the time to join us today. So to you guys, after watching yesterday's event, what would you say was your highlight?
I would say my favorite part of yesterday was definitely the Zulu fashion. If you guys saw it, she is a local fashion designer in the KW area. She has an Instagram and she makes some amazing cultural clothes. So I definitely have to go get a few of her pieces. What was yours, Isaiah?
Yeah, what captivated me most was the brief history about our legend, Desmond Tutu, that just passed away. Yeah, it was a good insight for us all and a good mentor for us all. It was really an interesting part for me.
I completely agree with you. Desmond is definitely someone people should look into and read about his history. And for me, I would say my highlight of yesterday's event was Afro Tribal. And when she was dancing, I was definitely dancing in the background. I'm not even gonna lie about that. And speaking of Afro Tribal, next we have Binti, who's gonna be doing a workshop. And I highly recommend you guys get off your seats, make a little space and join her while she's doing her workshop. And I hope you enjoy.
Hello everybody, my name is Binti from Afro Tribal, and today we're going to be learning some African dancing. I have two helpers here today. These are some moves that you guys can do at home with your family. Very easy, okay? Now what I'm going to do, usually I start, my tutorials with the legs, and then you put in the hands, and then of course the head, because African dancing, we use all parts of our body. Okay, so what we're gonna start with, okay, if you guys can start by just marching on the spot, okay? Can you march? Just like that, right? Good. We're just marching to begin with. And then we're gonna add in the hands. So what our hands are doing, we're gonna go side to side. Good. Now we're marching, all right? March, march. Good. Very easy. Side to side. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is add in our head. Okay, what your head is essentially doing is going to the side that your hands are facing. All right? You got it. Okay, just like that. Side, side. Yeah. Good job. Okay. That's the first move. And you guys are pros already. Perfect. Okay, second move is very easy. Again, we're going to start with our legs. What you're going to do is going to go steps to the side and bring it back. Okay? Left foot to the side, other foot, bring it back together. So step out, in, good, out, in, good, out, in, right? And now step with the other foot, the other one, on the other side, right? Oh, no, that one, right here. Step out and bring it back in. Good. So out, and then in, and then out, and in, okay? Your hands are gonna go on your chest, just like this. Okay, you guys put your hands on your chest, just like here. Good, okay? And what your hands are gonna be doing is going out, okay, like a butterfly. So out, and you step out, come in, you step in, right? So step out, good, step in, perfect. Step out, good, step in, and out, and in, out, in. Good job, nice. Okay, like I said, the head is gonna come in now, right? What your head is doing, when your hands come in, your head goes down. Hands come out, head goes up, okay? Just like that. So in and out. Yes, my man. I love it. Okay, just like that. So out and in, out and in. Good. Up and down, head up, head down. Perfect. Okay, now this next move, what we're gonna be doing, you're gonna pick up your left leg and bring it up like this, okay? And then you're gonna switch, all right? Good, switch again, and switch again, okay? There you are. So now we're gonna add in the hands, right? So the leg that goes up, your hands are gonna go this way, all right? That direction. And then you switch, leg up, good. So we're gonna go side to side. Good job, side to side. Okay, you wanna kind of bend down low a little bit, okay? Just like that, side and side, good, okay? Just like that, okay? Good job. And your head is essentially just going the direction your hands are, right? Okay, this move has a single double motion to it. So what that means is, okay, if we're gonna go to the right, pick up your right leg, single, switch legs, left leg, single. Now we're gonna do it twice on this side. 1, and then 2. Good, you got it. So single, and double. 1, 2. Good job. So single, double, and 2. Single, double. Good job. Single, double. Nice. Okay. Next move, okay? I love this move because it's very easy. So what your leg is doing, so whichever leg you want, so we're gonna face this way. So turn sideways and put your leg out like this, okay? So you're kind of like on your heel, right? Okay, so you're just gonna be in this one direction. Your hands are gonna be on your chest like this, and you're gonna go down and up, right? Down and up, down, up. One more, down and up. Now switch the other way. You're gonna go 1, yep, good job. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, your head is just going down when your hands go down. Come up, right? Down and up, down and up. Other side, down, up. Good job. Down, up. One more, and down and up. Okay? We'll do a couple more moves, and then I'll play the music, and then we're gonna dance. Okay? Are you guys excited to dance? Yes, me too. Okay. This move has 2 parts to it. So the first part, you guys know the hokey pokey. It's just like that. So your foot is gonna go in. You're gonna bring it out, right? Very easy. Foot in and out, right? Again and out. And you got it. Your hand is just going in with it. All right, now you put your right hand in. Okay, you kind of want to bounce with it though. You're gonna like bounce up, down, bounce out, right? Bounce in, yes. Bounce out, good. Bounce in, bounce out. Now we do the other side, right? Switch, in and out. Ready? In and out. In and out. In and out, okay? How's that? You guys feel like we can do it to music now? So just march. March, march, march. Good job. March, march, march. Okay, hands are coming in now. Side to side. Good job. Come on, come on. Hey, hey, hey. Yes. Good. Okay, next move. You guys ready for the next move? Ready? Side to side. Side to side. Side to side. Side to side. Okay, remember, hands on your chest like this. Ready? Out like a butterfly. Good job. Nice. Okay, remember this move. Ready? Okay, so single, single, double. 1 and 2. Come on, single, single, double. 1 and 2. Good job. Single, single, double. 1 and 2. Single, single, double. 1 and 2. Keep going. Nice. You guys are so good. One more. Okay. Remember this one to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this one. In and out. In. Remember, you're bouncing. In. Bounce out. Hey, in and out. Nice. Good job. Okay, switch sides. And good. Keep your hand. You guys are good. Thank you guys for dancing with me. I hope you enjoyed those dance moves. Again, my name is Binti from Afro Tribal, and I hope you enjoyed Bring On the Sunshine. Thank you. Bye.
Wow, that dance workshop was so great. If you guys didn't know, that little girl there was my little sister, and the boy is Alice's little one over there. Didn't they do amazing?
Yeah, that was an exciting Africa performance by the group. Yeah, it was
Definitely,
really
yeah,
exciting,
man,
yeah.
they're dancers, definitely dancers.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in today. So to push it forward, we are gonna go to our second segment of the evening. So today we'll be doing a panel discussion. And our topic will be talking about history and success. So there are many different histories in our experiences as Black people. Histories of migration, cultural changes, morphing, and evolution. These histories are threaded into a unique story that is ours to cherish and learn from. One of the late Archbishops, Desmond Tutu, said, "Children learn about the nature of the world from their family. They learn about power and about justice, about peace and about compassion within the family. Whether we oppress or liberate our children in our relationship with them will determine whether they grow up to oppress and be oppressed or to liberate and be liberated. History repeats itself, for better or for worse, and a wise generation learns and embraces its history unapologetically. Today, on day 2 of the Bots Black Cultural Celebration, we will recognize the importance of learning from our histories to strengthen, encourage, and drive us into the future. This is the source of our discussion topic today. How does our history as Black people influence our success today? We will dive into the intricacies of the history that we each call our own with our panel guests, how it shines a guiding light on our path forward, and how it should not be ignored, but rather celebrated and protected. I will start off by introducing our panelists today. I will start by introducing Simone Wright. Simone Wright is a community image activist and culture curator. She is the founder of Parting Their Roots, a grassroots organization focused on the history, significance, and politics behind Black hair. Simone has been featured on CBC and Toronto Life, sharing her message. Simone also has numerous years of experience as an insight manager at Fortune 500 companies. Thank you so much for joining us today, Simone. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for the invitation to be a part of this amazing event.
Definitely. Thank you so much for joining us. So we read your bio and you are an amazing individual by far, as we can see. Can you share an interesting fact that you want our viewers to know about you today? Something personal.
Something personal, definitely. I'm originally from Winnipeg, Manitoba. I'm the child of immigrant parents from Jamaica. And an interesting fact is the first elementary school that I went to in Winnipeg, I was the only Black kid until my brother started 2 years after me.
Oh my, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is, yeah, wow. Yeah, honestly, we failed to forget, that here in Canada, especially like the western side of Canada, that there's not that many Black people. And to tell you the truth, I actually moved to Edmonton, Alberta a few years ago, and I was there for 4 years. And the difference between, I lived in Ontario before, so the difference between living in Alberta and living in Ontario.
Sorry, I get to do this.
Sorry.
So just so you know, we want to hear your beautiful voice. And so we're just going to move that up a little bit.
All right, better? Okay, as I was saying, yeah, the differences that I experienced moving from Ontario to Alberta were so great, especially in terms of racism. Like over there is just a lot of, white people and not many Black. So I definitely understand your story of being the only Black person in your school. That must have been hard back then, wasn't it?
Well, the thing is, I didn't notice it until I was about the age of 7. That's when I really started to notice that, yes, there is a uniqueness about me compared to everyone else. I do pride myself, the fact that I am from that city. It is diverse, but yeah, it is lacking in the sense of the Black community, especially when I was growing up. I know now there is a larger Black population, but growing up in the 80s and the 90s, it definitely was different because we really weren't being represented, especially in the school systems.
Yeah, definitely. I totally understand. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. I will hand it off to Isaiah to introduce our next panelist.
Our next panelist is Josiane Laure Mojon. She has 15 years experience as a chartered accountant. After her secondary and university study in Cameroon and then in France, she offered her services to major international financial groups. She moved to Canada 10 years ago and has distinguished herself in financial and management accounting within a sizable Canadian company. She currently runs a senior accountant role within a multinational companies. She is passionate about fashion. She founded Malian Indigo Corporation in 2006, an international platform for professional workings in the fashion industry. She is the producer of the successful events Toronto Plus Size Fashion Show and Paris Plus Size Fashion Show. With her company, she has carried the voice of plus-size women for more inclusivity in fashion. The company Malian Indigo currently has a clothing line for different body types. She has earned remarkable distinctions and recognitions, such as the CBC Most Innovative and Creative Young Entrepreneur, or being part of the top 100 influential Black women in Canada. Today, she uses her profession and entrepreneurial arts to help and support small businesses and entrepreneurs in areas such as business management, accounting, governance, and taxation. Welcome, Laura. Thank you for joining us. Can you please tell us an interesting part about yourself?
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be part of this beautiful event. So it's a pleasure for me to be here this afternoon. An interesting story about me. I have so many of them, but I'm going to stick to one. One of the most interesting thing about me or about my story is that when I moved to Canada about 10 years ago, I was like I had zero knowledge in English. So my only language was French, and I moved to the west side, so British Columbia. And the beauty about that is that after about 6 months, I was able to work in the company speaking English. Like I didn't have any choice. So it was kind of challenging, but I made it through. It was actually very funny the few days I moved to Canada because I couldn't hear anything. Like I was like, "Wow!" But yeah, that is one of the fun story about me.
Thank you for sharing that part with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Yeah, I can definitely relate because I moved here in 2006 when I was 7, and I came from an Arabic-speaking country, so I knew no word of English, even French. You're lucky because Canada's bilingual, right?
No, they don't speak French. They don't speak French in the West. I'm talking about Vancouver. There is no French there. Zero French. So I was like you that time. So.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. So it's very hard. It's very hard. We definitely understand you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And our next panelist is Daniel Ajaruba. Originally from Nigeria, Daniel holds a bachelor's and master's in environmental conversation. He's an experienced environmental and social justice advocate with unique experiences across sub-Saharan Africa, the United States, and Canada. He has led various campaigns like the United Nations, United States Congress, and African Union. Recently, Daniel returned to the classroom to complete the environmental public health program at Conestoga College, where I personally know him from, to become eligible for the certification in public health inspection. Before his present adventure, he served in an energy and sustainability advisory role with Push Buffalo. He coordinated the New York State Energy Research and Development Agency's Clean Energy Campaign for Erie County, New York. Prior to this, Daniel was also an environmental leadership fellow with Earth Corps in Seattle, Washington, and an associate fellow with the Mandela Institute for Developmental Studies in South Africa. He enjoys volunteering and supporting underdeserved communities around various social issues. He has received multiple accommodations for his works in the community, including the Leadership Medal from Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. It's great having you here, Daniel. Nice to see your face again. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you too? Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to join you guys today.
Of course, we're doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you. Can you share one interesting fact about you? Your resume is clearly amazing. So can you share one personal fact about you, something interesting for our audience to know today?
One interesting fact that I'll probably share is that I've had the opportunity to have visited, about 15 countries. And mostly those visitations, they've been around, championing social justice issues. So I'm very, passionate about different social issues. And, that also fits into, how and whatever I do anywhere. So I take those experiences from the places I've visited, So I would say an interesting fact is, being able to visit so many places and, of course, doing what I like to do, which is fighting for social justice issues.
Definitely. That is honestly one of my dreams. I want to go all around the world just for work, you know? That's something very cool. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. So Isaiah, would you like to start us off with our discussion today?
Okay. Yeah, Simon, please can you tell us your history and one thing in your history, personal or family, that fuels you today? It could be a time point in the past or various events.
Oh, Simone, I think you're on mute. Sorry.
Technology. I've been doing this for 2 years and I'm still not being able to decipher if I'm on or not.
Okay.
My apologies. Well, as I mentioned, I am the child of immigrant parents from Jamaica. So my parents, they immigrated to Winnipeg in the 70s. And my brothers and I were born in the 80s. So within our family, my parents, they had to, navigate living in a country that wasn't built or created for them. And then on top of us kids, we're Canadian, but with Jamaican heritage. So we're trying to maneuver into the society as well. So especially for my brothers and I, we had kind of like a double role of trying to maneuver both, being children of immigrant parents, but then also trying to I guess assimilate or try to fit into this Canadian culture as well. So, I mean, we did, experience a lot of, positive and negative situations, particularly within the school system. And at the time, this was something where I didn't appreciate what my parents did. My parents, they are very vocal people. If anything was happening within the school system, they were there. They were there to talk to the principal, the teachers, whoever it was. They were using their voice. Even if I was at the shopping mall with my mom and someone did something, that was a little demeaning towards me or my mom, she used her voice. At the time, I said, I was embarrassed, but I appreciate what my parents were teaching me from that very young age, and that is to stand up for yourself and use your voice. And this is exactly what I do with my nonprofit. Working in the corporate world, I've been in the corporate world for about 20 years now. And I've always worn my hair in its natural state. So I'm very intentional with the way that I look. And I have dealt with hair discrimination and microaggressions. And it got to a point where I'm like, I can't accept this. And I don't want for the next generation or other, Black individuals to deal with this. And this is why I started Parting the Roots, to use my voice and be an advocate and to really just shed a light on the significance, the history of Black hair, and also for others to be allies in the Black hair, natural hair movement. So I would say the thing that I learned from my family is definitely use your voice and stand up for yourself.
Okay, that's good. That was really interesting. Thank you. Yeah, Daniel, please can you tell us your history and one thing in your history, personal or family, that fuel you today? It could be a time past point in the past or various events.
All right. Thank you once again. Thank you for having me. So going to your question, I would say I grew up in a small town in the southwestern part of Nigeria, and I February 2022 makes it 7 years that I moved to Canada. But I'll tell you something about my history that has propelled me or continues to fuel me, in my journey today. While I was growing up, I was regularly exposed to communal living. I grew up in a situation where we all come together to get things done in the community. Whether it's coming together to fix like a blocked drainage, or coming together to clean up community, or even providing certain services to other members of the community. That was the kind of exposure I had as a young man or as a child growing up in southwestern part of Nigeria. So I regularly, watch, what my parents do. When there are opportunities to serve the communities that we lived, they usually would, take me and my siblings along, right? And also in addition to this, helping and supporting others was something that, I was regularly, told and encouraged to do. And, today, I try sometimes to introduce myself or tell people that I'm a serial volunteer in my community. So I volunteer for different causes, for different issues that I'm passionate about. So even though my own area of expertise has been around mostly, environmental issues, most especially, climate change and food security and public health. However, I find out that sometimes some of the issues in my communities, even though environmental and other socially and food security issues or public health issues may be important, right? They may also have other concerns outside of those three, right? So I try to push myself at work in whatever community I find myself. So whether it is marching the streets of Washington DC, to demand U.S. Congress, to stop selling arms to actors in the Middle East, or whether it is just volunteering right there at Conestoga College, helping non-native speakers of English to practice communication, right? I always seek an avenue, to help others, to support, whatever communities I find myself. So I like, the fact that whatever community I find myself, I put myself to work. And that was something that I, learned, while growing up in Nigeria, that, whatever community you find yourself, don't just be silent, make a move, try to make things better. So I'll just start stopping at that for now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution. And I want my take in this is that you have this contribution habit to give to the society. And yes, that's what I say. And I'm very grateful for that. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. The next question goes to Laure. Please, can you tell us about your history? One thing in your history, your personal or family, that fuels you today. It could be a time point in the past of various events.
Sure. Yeah. one of my big mantra is stay like being positive. Anything that happened in my life, good and bad, I'm always positive. And even when I want to share with people, I try to share positive energy than negative. So I will rarely go through the negative part, and that comes from my childhood. I grew up surrounded by strong women. When I say strong women, I'm referring to my grandmother, to my mother. They were so powerful. When I say powerful, I'm talking about the personality. And I was so close to them. So for those two women, failure is not an option. Failure is not an option. Either whatever you're doing, you have to do it well, and you have to do it in a way that is going to impact other people. I remember when I used to go to the village, because it was a tradition in my family to send kids during the school break to the village, and we used to go to the farm, to do some field work, and that built my personality. Like when I look at myself today, I think that part of my life made who I am today, because it was tough. It was tough for a child of our age or my age to go through that. But at the same time, it was rewarding, because at the end of the day, when we go back home, we look at everything that we brought back from the field. We feel like happy, because we made our grandmother happy as well. So those are the things that make me the person I am today. And as for my mother, she's I would say, like, I don't know which word to how to describe her, but when you when you stay around her, you feel like the sky has no limit. Like, I have to go no matter, because she's not a rich woman. She raised us by herself with her little means. And when I see all the things that she accomplished, that she achieved, it's an inspiration for me. It's a motivation for me. So that makes who I am today. And my mantra is just being positive. Whatever happened, just take it in a positive way.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Laura. That was great. Thank you, everybody, for sharing what has made you you. You know, there's a lot of paths that we go through as individuals that make us who we are today, right? And history is definitely a major part of that. So thank you so much for sharing where you guys have come from and your experiences that made you the great people you are today. Thank you everybody for watching. So to spice it up a little bit, we're going to show you guys a couple videos. So the first one will be from our great entrepreneurs from the Lift Up program. And they'll show you some of their businesses and some of their stuff that they would like you to see. And then we'll also have a performance from the Tiv tribe in Nigeria called the Swetsere. Thank you so much, and we hope you guys enjoyed these. Thank you.
Do you know how hard it is trying to find a community that likes everything you do? I remember times hiding parts of myself because I just wanted to fit in. And you know what? That turns into stress, anxiety, and sometimes even depression. From the people we hang out with to the products we buy, many of us just really want to live a life that reflects who we are. But there's so much confusing information and misinformation in the way of that. Our mobile platform is where you define your values and create your own community of people and brands based on what truly matters to you. From sharing what you know to solving each other's concerns, from purpose to beyond purchase. We're helping each other become our best versions from the inside out. No compromises.
What you want, I got what you need.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice, plus some canvas and paint here and there. I'm Rochelle, the one-woman show behind Painting Pastry Chef, and I am an artist in every sense of the word. Based in Kitchener, Ontario, I specialize in edible works of art such as decorative sugar cookies and special occasion cakes. You can basically think of me as like the Black Willy Wonka who also bakes, because I provide a wide range of delicious treats such as chocolate creations that I will be having available for Valentine's Day. So be sure to check me out on Instagram and to visit my website to subscribe to my email list to not miss out on various treats like my chocolate creations that I'll have available for Valentine's Day and various other things I will be offering in the future.
Hi, I'm Sean Ramsey, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Nestable, the video streaming network for home. What does home mean to you? It's a safe place. A place where you can just be you. Sure, you live at home, but today, we also do a lot of work at home. We work out at home. And a lot of us like to create at home. But home can be hard. Homes break. But they can be fixed. And even made better with a little inspiration. Some people let us peek inside their homes. Others innovate on what home could be by buying a new home. So celebrate home. Dance, play, and make some of your best memories at home. Because home is what we make it.
All right, and welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed those short videos we had there for you. I absolutely loved that dance. I don't know how to climb a tree, so I was like, when I saw him coming down there, I was like, wow, that's cool. I want to thank the Tiff Tribe for sharing that part of their culture with us and their Swetsere dance, which is translated to the cat dance. So I really appreciate that. And we'll go back into our discussion. So once again, thank you to Simone, Daniel, and Laura for joining us today for our panel discussion here. So I'm going to dive into our second part. Simone, you talked about determination at the beginning and how you got your determination from your parents. So as someone who has their own nonprofit organization, what can you tell us something that you would take away from your current existence as advice that you would give to, let's say, youth or anything, or the people that you like to educate through your Parting the Roots organization?
So what I would like to educate them on in regards to starting their own
Yes. So
business,
any
or
piece of advice, or that you would take away from your current position today that you think would be interesting for people to know and to go on about?
yeah, so I mean, how Parting the Roots came about, as I mentioned, was just my own lived personal experience when it came to my hair, and also hearing the stories of other individuals. And I noticed that there was a gap in the sense that the things that people were saying, they weren't educated behind it. And I said that this is an opportunity to educate people. And where can I start doing that? And for me, it's for me to do the research on my own and share that knowledge with the greater audience. So if anyone is interested in setting anything up in the sense of a nonprofit, a business, understand where that gap, where that void is. Is it relevant? And if so, do the research to figure out like how you can contribute to that. I will say as well, just be mindful of like not taking on too many things, because you want to make sure that the work that you are doing, that you're putting the right amount of energy and effort towards it. And also too, this is something that I like to advocate, is mind your mental health, especially in the Black community. This is something where it is a stigma, unfortunately, and it's something where we need to, start educating ourselves on. But make sure that you are, protecting your mental health. Make sure that you are doing the things where you are serving the right amount of energy and education and information in regards to whatever initiative that you need to do. But really, it's just about understanding what is that void, what is that gap, how can you contribute to it, and doing the research from there.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for sharing that. I love that, like the fact that you said, figure out where that gap is, and I feel as though that's one of the biggest things today, where we don't know what to do because we don't know where the gap is, right? So definitely figuring that out is going to be the starting point for anything great. Thank you so much for sharing that. And Daniel, I don't think you mentioned, but because I know you personally, I know you have some boys, right? 2 boys, I believe. Yes. Okay.
Yes, I do.
Yes. So with your work as a social advocate and everything that you do within the environmental scene, what advice would you give to your boys when they grow up that you think would help them shape the way they view life and go about life today?
All right. Thank you so much for that question, Nasrin. Reflecting on what we have seen in Canada for the past 3 weeks, right? And by this, I'm highlighting the truckers protest that I'm sure many of us are aware of, and probably those who are watching as well would have been paying attention to. The protest, what seemingly started as, a protest against, vaccine mandates, quickly turned to be, where hatred and anger was being shared to minorities publicly. I watched some videos some days back, and I saw, Confederate flags, swastika flags being shown publicly, and we all know that these flags are nothing but symbols of hate. All right. So without saying too much and going, into the details of the protest or whatever, right? Something that actually stood out for me, reflecting and watching the news and paying attention to what has been going on in the past 3 weeks, is that no matter how much progress we have seen as a society, right? No matter improvements we've seen around issues affecting minority communities, right? No matter the progress we've seen on equity, diversity and inclusion within our society, we need to be constantly be on guard. We need to pay attention. So no matter how much progress we have done, we should not stop putting our boots on the ground. And what do I mean by that? We must never be tired of doing the hard work, right? No matter how far we have come, we must continue to press for progress. And if I were to leave my, our kids, or colleagues, or younger generation with any advice, would be that to constantly seek avenues to push for progress in whatever community or society they find themselves. I feel this is very, very important, because oftentimes we may get carried away with the bigger issues, or we might think we've achieved progress in one or two ways that we want to move on, right? So we must constantly be on guard and pay attention to all matters in our society for those progress to be sustainable and to last long. So that would be the advice I would leave, for anyone listening.
Thank you so much. I completely agree with that. 100%. Being on guard. And we tend to forget, like you said, we tend to forget, just because we made one small step, we think that everything is resolved, right? And then we forget that it seems like everything is resolved, right? It's like a smoke screen. So there's still other stuff out there, that is not resolved, and we should definitely be aware of that. So thank you so much for that piece, and making us realize, that is how it is. So Laura, I would like to go to you, and you spoke about strong women and your mother and your grandmother, and from what we know about you, you are a strong woman yourself. You have started your own business and it's flourishing, and you're doing so much work, so much good within your entrepreneurship and your everyday, financial jobs. So what advice would you give to strong Black women about, being entrepreneurs, or anything about, like, how would you tell them to just keep on going, basically, in this world today?
The most important thing is to be sure first about what we want to achieve, because the recipe for failure is when you follow. If you just follow without knowing exactly who you are and what you want to achieve, there is a high chance that you're going to fail. So my first advice would be, first, to know who you are. Second, to know exactly what you want to achieve, even though you don't have the means, the resources, and all the thing that goes with. First, know what is the goal, what is the vision, what you want to achieve, and as Simon said before, the gap. Before getting into a business, ask yourself, what is the gap? What is the solution that I'm bringing on the table? If you're not resolving any issue, it's very difficult to be successful. You need to present your business or your vision in the way that is going to resolve an issue, is going to be a solution for a gap or fill the gap. When I think about Maya Indigo as a company, for example, the gap was to the gap was the fact that there was not enough visibility or garments, or like in the fashion industry, the plus size or the curvy people were not in the scene. And the reason why I started the business was to fill that gap, especially in Canada, because in the US, when I started, it was already plus size was already part of the industry. So that is one example. And when I started GLM Consulting, which is my consulting firm, the gap at that time was like, I want to help small black entrepreneur, because I know that usually entrepreneur fail because of lack of education. They don't know where to go. There is so many information out there, like it's everywhere, and sometimes it's overwhelming. They don't know how to use those information and how to make their business successful, especially here in Canada, where there are rules and requirements and standards. So my advice will be to, when you want to start a business, think about the vision. Think about what is the solution. Is there any problem that you're trying to resolve? Once the question is yes, I would say, okay, um, make a plan. Make a plan. It's writing something. You don't have to be a professional. You don't need to be a finance person to write. Just put down your idea. So write it down to make it clear in your mind. Because when you write something on a paper or somewhere, you have a better understanding of what you're trying to achieve. And then after that, you get help from professionals, from people who knows better how to put that in place. And I think those are the recipe to be successful in business. I saw a lot of people with great idea who didn't go far with their business because they couldn't organize their vision, or organize their idea. It was all over the place, and at some point they got lost. So that is and again, everything goes from your personality, from who you are, because being a business person or entrepreneur is so challenging. There's so many challenges that you have to know exactly what is your vision. Otherwise, you're gonna give up at some point.
Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you for that.
you. Mhm.
Yeah, thank you.
That was a great insight. Really interesting. A contribution towards the plus size people, that really captivated me. Yes, and that was very, very, very great of you to have contributed to the plus size industry that has been neglected by the Canadian for some time, and you make them feel important. That was a great insight. Thank you so much for that contribution. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share that. And there is so
No,
much to share about that topic,
yeah, I
but yeah,
know. That was
we have limited time, so
Yeah, right, definitely. Thank you. So we'll go on to our next question. If there is there a key phrase or a proverb that you guys have in your culture or in your mother tongue that you would like to share with everyone today? Simone, we'll start with you.
Yes. So in the Jamaican patois, we have our proverbs. And my favorite one, and the one that I live by, it goes like this. It's one cocoa, full basket. So the English translation is you fill the cocoa basket with one cocoa bean at a time. And what it essentially means is you can't achieve success overnight. Whatever it is that you have your eyes set on, you need to invest the time, the energy, and the work to get to what you want. Especially in this day and age that we're in, it seems that people, they just want instant gratification or they want things done right away. But the things that, you find value in is the things that you invest time and you see the process of you putting in that energy and that hard work in order to get the desired success that you want. So whether if that's within you're starting up your own business, completing a certificate within school, getting the dream job that you want, just understand that it does take time to get to where you want to get to. But just put in the work and the energy, and eventually you'll get to that. But just know that things don't just come easy like that. It doesn't come overnight. It does take time.
Thank you for that. I love that. Like that is, that's very sweet. That's a good one to have. Daniel, what about you? What proverb do you guys have?
Okay, so as I introduced myself earlier, I'm from Southwest Nigeria, and my mother tongue is Yoruba language. And something I learned while I was growing up again is that if you want to teach or share concepts that you hope you want people to actually remember them for a long time, you use money or you use food. And so in this case, I'm going to use a proverb related to food, to share whatever I want to share with the audience.
Yeah.
And the proverb is in my mother tongue. So it's "Yangbe jadun, ṣùgbọ́n kí la ó jẹ kẹja tó jiná." So what that means is that dry smoked fish is delicious, but what are we going to eat before the fish is smoked? And the meaning of this proverb, not the literary sense, the real meaning of the proverb talks about while we must look to the future, right? We must also not forget to take care of the present. And by that, just a little bit explanation, while we're thinking about the big concepts, why we have a big vision and mission of what we hope to achieve, where we hope to be, or what path we hope to tread, we must also not forget to take care of the little things, such as our well-being, such as our immediate needs, right? Because when we do so, we may lose ourselves in the process. So you might lose yourself while trying to achieve this big vision or mission, which defeats the purpose itself. So once again, it's Ayangbejadun, ṣùgbọ́n kí la ó jẹ kẹja tó jiná, and that's our Yoruba language, from southwestern Nigeria. So I would leave it at that.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Laura, what about you? What proverb would you like to leave us with today?
Okay, I'm gonna surprise you. I'm not really into the dialect, but I can hear everything. I can speak a little bit, but I know that in my mind. But sometimes talking it's a little bit challenging. But I will try. There is this proverb about the fact that you have different people with different mentality, different personality, and you just have to accept them the way they are. So it goes like chichi pomno, chichi ma. Don't like to say different people, different behavior. So just accept everybody as it is. Like just know how to handle every type of person. That's what came in my mind, but
Okay.
sorry to disappoint.
No, it's okay.
That's
It's a good
actually
proverb. Yeah, we have learned something from that.
I like that. Thank you so much. To backpack off of what you said, Laura, in my language, I'm originally from Sudan, from North Sudan. So there's a saying that we say, "لو زول عسل ما تلحسه كله." It means if somebody is sweet as honey, do not lick them all. So that is to say that, yes. So that's to say that if somebody is being selfless and overly kind, don't take advantage of them, right? Just like to backpack off of what you said, right? People have difference and we like to work together. So to add on to Simone's proverb, everything is not made overnight, right? So then if you put all of that together, you have people with differences, and then you have good people that will try to help you towards your success, right? But then sometimes we forget the fact and we just overutilize them, right? So if somebody is showing you kindness, take it in moderation. Don't overdo it, right? Isaiah, what proverb do you guys have that you'd like to share with us today?
Yeah, I'm from the south part of Nigeria. Yes, I speak Esan, and there is this proverb that says, Akugbe etin, meaning togetherness is strength. If you want to go quickly, you go alone. If you want to go far in life, you go together. Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you so much for that. And I would like to wrap up by saying, as we all know, I feel as though the one thing that we got from this panel discussion today is definitely teamwork works, right? Everything is a community based, right? We have to stand by each other in the Black community, in the African community. And that is what we're doing today, right? That is what we do during Black History Month, and that is what we do 365 days a year as Black individuals, right? We stand together, we support one another, and we work with each other to help us all achieve our goals and our dreams. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us today, for sharing your histories, for sharing these beautiful life lessons for us, and for being such amazing, beautiful people who have achieved so much in your life, I'm still starting off, so I pray, I aspire to be like all of you guys, to put community first, right? To use my history to fuel me into my success today. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Simone. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Laura. And thank you, Isaiah, for being my partner in this. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We
and now,
appreciate you all.
Yes, we do appreciate you guys. We would like to share with you guys a performance from our very own Alan Magama with his band, and they will be showcasing the Mafaro dance. Thank you.
First, I would like to say thank you to our panelists, Laure, Simone, and Daniel, for taking the time to join us today and letting us in their lives. I would also like to say thank you for all that you do for our community. It's definitely commendable and appreciated. And those proverbs that you guys mentioned, we will definitely have to put to use because it will definitely better our community. And would you guys like to add anything?
I want to say thank you to our moderators. You guys did such an amazing job.
great.
I feel like for the coming years, I don't have a job anymore. Who needs me? I'm home now. You guys have done such an amazing job taking over. It's a big job to moderate a conversation, and it was so amazing. You kept us captivated. I knew it was coming, but I was still interested. I wanted to know what was going on. So thank you guys.
Thank you. You guys did great. Good
Thank
job.
you.
Thank you so much.
It's been an amazing day. What happens next, guys?
So tomorrow we have an interview with Phyllis. We have a fashion show to show you guys. And we also have a very interesting conversation with someone that you would not want to miss. And we also have a little surprise at the end, and you would definitely want to be there to see that.
Thank you. Absolutely. Nasrin, what are you looking forward to the most tomorrow?
Tomorrow, there's a lot going on tomorrow.
Yeah.
So for the virtual portion, guys, remember I told you yesterday there's 2 parts to tomorrow. So for the virtual portion, definitely that conversation with somebody that you don't want to miss. Yes, as you guys in the KW area, I think most of you guys know Salim Debs. So definitely tune in for that conversation. It's going to be so captivating. And that is definitely what I'm looking to for tomorrow for the virtual part. As for the in-person part, come on, who doesn't love coffee? Come out!
Ethiopian coffee ceremony.
Ethiopian coffee ceremony. Come
we
out
don't have
tomorrow.
to smoke up a building. We can actually
Yes, and you're gonna be around people, like actual people.
Right, definitely.
Yeah.
So
I'm
yes.
excited to share the piece that was done on Swaziland. I've been excited with that since I first saw it, and I really can't wait for people to watch that. And obviously, when you watch any of the stuff that you've watched that the team has put together, please let us know what you like most and what we should bring more of, right? Like, Isaiah, do you have a favorite part
for tomorrow?
He's all about the coffee tomorrow. Tomorrow, he's all about the coffee because you be skating. Are you skating too tomorrow?
Depends.
From Africa to skating. Who knew? Like,
Wow.
I will give it a try.
Wow,
I will give it a try.
Definitely. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Definitely.
Thank you for
Be
watching
there.
and being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.